business trip.
Did the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Matt with Disney Planning Insights, and over on the other screen I have got Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, and tonight we are doing a DPI top 3. So if you've been here before, you know how this works. If you haven't been here before, I've got a bag of poker chips. We are going to pick one of these chips out. I've got a corresponding topic that goes with that number, and we are going to have 20 seconds to figure out our favorite or least favorite items based on that category. So with that being said, I am going to reach down in here and we are going to go with number 12 tonight. And we'll take a look at number 12 here. It is going to be 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Haha! Places to get unique Disney treats. You got it?
Like food or like apparel?
I think we can kind of do whatever we want on this one. So, you got 20 seconds.
Do you want to go to Disney? Contact me at Princesses and the Mouse Travel, and I'd love to work with you on your amazing itineraries.
All right, so we're back. 20 seconds. Unique Disney treats. This is an interesting one. I think there's a few that kind of jump out, like things that I like to get most trips.
I got my number one.
I think I have my number one as well.
I don't think you're gonna take my number one, so I think I'm gonna be okay there. I think your number one, let me put it this way, is the number one that you're thinking is, would Shannon also call it her number one? Maybe that's not the number one you're thinking.
Possibly.
Okay. All right.
Possibly.
I'm ready for number 3.
Okay, you go ahead with your number 3. I'm still kind of tossing a few back and forth for me, so.
Okay. So my number 3 is I am going to go to the confectionery in Magic Kingdom, and I'm going to kind of knock a bunch of things out with this number 3 because the confectionery in Magic Kingdom has a whole bunch of unique treats, but one of my favorite things that they have in there is they have like character cupcakes. So you go and they've got, you can just see what the characters are. You'll have like red frosting with white polka dots and some ears in them, or you'll have like a yellow frosting with a green ring on it, and so it's really unique and it's really fun, and so I'm just going to go with that for my number 3. And realistically, if you go into that confectionery, you're going to find a whole bunch of unique treats, but I really like when they have the character cupcakes in there, because you pick your favorite flavor or pick your favorite character, whatever you'd like to do. It's a really neat little treat. So, Matt, did that give you enough time to sort yours out?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go adult treat to start. And I'm gonna go back to Tutto Italia in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot for an Italian margarita.
Yeah, I knew you were going with that.
Yeah, it's a really, really refreshing alcoholic beverage. It's one of those that I could sit there and probably drink 4 or 5 of pretty easily during a meal. It's one of the very few places that you can find something with it because it's a limoncello-based margarita, which is really, really good. But I guess this qualifies as a treat because, for me, it's not something that I'm going to necessarily eat as a meal or anything like that. So I'm going to go with the Italian margarita at Tutto Italia for my number 3. So let's go ahead and get to our number 2s.
Number two. I had them, and then I lost them. What was my number 2 going to be? My number 2. Um, man, I gotta make sure. Okay, I reserve the right to do a +1 if needed when the
If your
time comes.
thought comes back to you.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Okay, so excuse me. I man, you can get them in lots of different places, but you can really only get them in Disney. And in fact, right now, I am going to hope that they show up in World, but go talk about them over in Land, because what you can get over in Disneyland in a couple of the locations, it's now in Tiana's Foods, but for a little while it was in a little quick service, and before that it was where Tiana's Foods now is. But the Mickey beignets are so stinking. So I don't know. You just said Disney, so you didn't specify Florida. So I feel like I can branch wherever I want to branch. I am not cheating. You said it was pretty wide open. So if you
I think
go,
the beignets work. The beignets work because you can get them at Port Orleans.
You can. No, you're totally right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you can get them at Port Orleans French Quarter inside of the little commissary quick service area in there. And you and I have already talked about this, that either in that area where the little Splash Mountain shop was, or somewhere, I have to imagine that they're going to be putting in some type of a quick service, whether they overhaul Pecco's Bill or whether they put in a brand new location. We've already speculated this in World.
Yeah.
But the beignets at Port Orleans French Quarter and in Disneyland in the Mardi Gras Square area at Tiana's Foods are Mickey shaped. And I am not kidding you when I tell you, like, you get an order of these things, and there's these, and you can order them in different amounts. I'm a big fan of the 6. What can I say? Like, these things come in a freaking bag full of powdered sugar, and it's just like kid in the candy shop. You reach in, you pull this thing out, there's just powdered sugar all over your entire hand. You're like eating your corn on your shirt. You don't even care. They're so stinking delicious as you walk through the park to be eating those things. Oh, the Mickey beignets, that is a very, very unique Disney treat, and absolutely delicious regardless of the location you get it. So I'm going with that one for my number 2.
There you go. And you started talking about the beignets, and I completely forgot what my number 2 was. So you did it.
I'm telling you, I'm going fat kid mode.
I know. That's
I want cupcakes and beignets.
That's kind of where I'm at as well. Is just like thinking around to like all of the different desserts and that kind of stuff that you can get at some of these restaurants. So number 2 unique treat. It's not necessarily unique, but it's something that you can get in a lot of different places. And in Food and Wine, they do it a little bit more transportable. But they do covered waffles everywhere. And you can get them at like Sleepy Hollow. You can get them a lot of different places. And it's kind of like the Disney
in America Pavilion will always have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like their answer to like the elephant ear is all of these different like loaded waffle treats that you can get, and you can get them with chocolate, and you can get them with powdered sugar, and you can get them with berries, and it just depends on what season you're in and where you are. It depends the toppings. I know sometimes they've had them with like pumpkin pie topping and all kinds of different stuff. So really, really, really good treats all over the park. Like I said, in multiple locations. You know, you've got the America Pavilion, Sleepy Hollow. Food and Wine, they had them at the Belgian Pavilion. They also had it in Connections Cafe. So a lot of different places that you can get them. But a very, very, it's a really hearty snack. And then as far as a dessert goes, it is a fantastic dessert that, you know, you'll get plenty of eyes on you as you get on the Skyliner, as you carry one of those on to your home resort. So my number 2 is the loaded Belgium waffles around the park. So let's go ahead and get to our number 1s. Peter, before you say your number 1, tell people where they can find you at.
Best place to find me is on Facebook. Just type in Princesses and the Mouse. And, well, if somebody else comes up before me with that search, I would like to know. that would be pretty surprising. So, yeah, come on over and we'll get you all set up and squared away. And, right now, like, it is awesome, like, how many people are coming in and getting those trips planned and all of that good stuff. And so I would love to talk to you as well about getting your trip planned, whether it's in 2024, or I've even had a couple of people reach out and we've already started having conversations about 2025, even though I'm obviously not going to be able to book those till halfway through 2024. But, having those preliminary conversations, really getting in your mind and getting those questions answered by a knowledgeable person, not having to peruse the Facebook groups, not having to peruse the Disney website itself, just having a spot that you can just say, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? I will answer. I'm going to put myself out on a limb here. I will answer all of your questions. And if for some reason I am wrong with that statement, I will go find the answer very, very quickly and get right back to you. But I feel pretty confident in I can answer most questions even on a phone call, because if I don't know it, I can probably like shoot the breeze with you a little bit and go find it while we're just shooting the breeze.
Yeah.
I'll push you onto a new question and I'll go find it while I'm answering your next question. Because if I don't know it, I know exactly where to find it. I just got to go pull it up real quick. My number 1, which is why depending on your number 1, I might need to do an and one. But my number 1 has to be, right? If you're going to Disney, any Disney, you have to talk about the Dole Whip.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Right? You have to talk about the Dole Whip. What Matt kind of talked about, like, Dole Whip used to be very, very, very local to only the Adventureland area.
Sunshine Terrace.
Right next. Yeah. Right? So it used to be just there where you could get it, was that Sunshine Tree Terrace, and that was it. So it's Aloha Isle Refreshment.
Okay,
yeah. So Aloha Isle, right? That you could get Dole Whips, and you had like the classic, you could do a pineapple with vanilla twist. Now it has moved over, as Matt was saying, to Sunshine Tree Terrace, where you can get other flavors and other floats and other things with it. You can even, a lot of times during those festivals that Matt was just talking about at Epcot, find unique flavored Dole Whips. I know I've had a watermelon flavored Dole Whip at some point over there in an Epcot festival. I think it was at probably Flower and Garden, I'd have to imagine. So Dole Whip is it's a soft serve, and the flavors are so unique, and they're typically so refreshing, and it goes so well with a hot summer day down in Florida. Like, just be ready to eat it the second you get it, because the sun's going to grab a hold of it and it's going to go down pretty quickly. So you got to bring up Dole Whips if we're talking about like the most unique snacks. Tons of different types of float options and swirl options and all those.
And another place you can get it is over at the Polynesian.
Oh, yeah, right next to the pool at Polynesian.
Yeah.
A little quick service, as well as that outdoor bar.
Yep.
We'll serve you up some Dole Whips as well. Yep, for sure, over at Polynesian.
Yeah.
They'll give you those more classic ones, but I've really enjoyed some of the branch out ones over the last few years as well. So that has got to be my number 1. But if you don't pick this one, because you already said waffles, because I was thinking Mickey waffles, and so waffles goes along with Mickey waffles.
Yeah. Nope. I'm going to go, before I say my number 1, if you've got a better answer than us, put it in the comments. Let us know. And if you have a top 3 idea, go to the website, patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning. Up in the top right corner, you can fill out that little text box, and it will send your ideas to us, and we will integrate them into our rotation of 25 that we constantly have. With that being said, my number one is the gray stuff.
What?
My number one is the gray stuff.
It's delicious.
It is delicious, and you can only get it a couple of places. You can get it at Gaston's, you can get it at Be Our Guest, and that's it. Every once in a while, they will do a gray stuff variation cupcake. But for the most part, you're either getting it in the dessert, and I think you can only get it in the kids' dessert at Be Our Guest.
They'll give you anything if you ask for it.
What's that?
They'll give you anything if you ask for it.
Yeah. And then at Gaston's, you can get it whenever you want there. And really what it is it's like an Oreo mousse. And it's fantastic. I mean, it's really, really good. It's rich. It's got kind of a delicate texture to it. It's really, really good. And it's uniquely Disney because it was kind of birthed in a Disney movie. So my number one is the gray stuff, which means Peter has a +1, it sounds like.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm like thinking about all the other stuff, and there's just so many, like some of our viewers out there got to be sitting there going, well, how come you didn't talk about the blue and the green milk, and how come you didn't talk about...
That was my number 2. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that was number 2. Oh, yeah, before you had to bail out. But
yeah,
like over in Pandora, you have that Night Blossom float, the dual mixture of those. You've got everything at Beaches and Cream Sundae Bar, right? Like, including the kitchen sink, which is the most. My family did it once. It is the most ridiculous sundae in the face of this earth. And you're not
going to sink up there.
You what?
There's a mini sink in my backdrop.
Yeah, I have one nearby. Oh, it's on the floor right next to me. There's just so many other amazing things, and like my true bonus number 1, but we talk about it all the time, so it's okay that we left it off this episode.
Yeah,
the cinnamon roll at Gaston's.
Yeah, so I was gonna go with that, but it's not necessarily unique. It's just enormous.
I don't know. It's not, but it is. Like, I've never had another cinnamon roll that like mixes in the I don't know. It's sort of like an orange caramel cream and
Yeah.
So I don't know. So much good stuff though. As I'm sitting here, like kind of rolling through some of this, there is such amazing food down at Disney. It always makes me crack up when people will come and they're just those people looking to like watch the world burn.
Yeah.
They'll come out of a Disney trip and they'll be like, oh, all I did was pay $14 for chicken fingers and burgers and you did that on purpose. You did that to yourself if you went down to Disney World and all you ate was chicken fingers and burgers. Because yes, you will find those things in every single one of the parks. But if you would have taken a moment to do a little bit of planning, you would have realized that there are some phenomenal places to eat and some fantastic things to enjoy around there.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you the last time that I had a burger that wasn't in a specialty burger place. Down there.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the only place I get burgers at Disney is I always get a burger when I go to Sci-Fi. But even there, like, the burgers are awesome.
Yeah, and, there's a couple places in Springs that are really good burger joints. So it's just like, everywhere else, if you're quick servicing yourself, you're quick servicing at the wrong places.
Right, that's my point. They're like, well, we didn't want to do a lot of sit-down dining because of the cost. I'm like, yeah, but Flame Tree Barbecue
Satuli.
Is fantastic, right? Yeah, Flame Tree Barbecue and Satuli Canteen. Like, we can sit in every single park and we can say, like, whenever I have clients go, I don't need a reservation at Hollywood Studios, we'll just grab something on that strip heading up to Tower of Terror. I go, why don't you grab something over in Galaxy's Edge, because either Ronto Roasters or Docking Bay 7 is really, really good food and really unique.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we definitely cheated a lot, and we still haven't even talked about all the unique stuff around World Showcase, like the school bread and oh my gosh.
Yeah, school bread troll horns.
Yeah, like all the stuff in the Norway bakery, all the stuff in the France bakery.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So if you want to explore and have good food, go to Disney. Give that guy a call over there. He's over there, right there. He's going to give you the best ideas, and I will help him do that. So thank you guys all for watching another DPI Top 3. Like I said earlier, if you have a better answer for number 1, which I'm sure you do, put it down in the comments, or at least put an emoji, because, you know, we like engagement. So thank you guys all for watching. Hey, thanks for checking us out today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for some more Disney content, check this out. I think you're going to like it.